Brian Ebertz. I'm a teacher leader here in Greece. I'm a part-time social studies teacher in the 6th grade at one of our middle schools, but I have been part of the STLE grant and working with the teacher leadership program right from the beginning. I had the benefit of working on the STLE grant design team, so I really do understand what it has taken for us to get from the beginning all the way to where we are now. Some of the things that we've been doing as far as teacher leaders in the district, we've gone through extensive professional development, working with cognitive coaching to be able to work with teachers in the buildings, to really be able to listen to them and what their needs are, build rapport, and be able to effectively work in the classrooms with them. In the beginning, it was more difficult, I believe, for teachers to feel comfortable and want to work with teacher leaders, not really knowing exactly what they were doing. And so I think that cognitive coaching, teacher leaders showing people that they can feel comfortable and work with individuals in the classroom or in small group meetings really did make a difference. Some specific examples of some people really kind of getting into the classrooms after the initial maybe uncomfortable feelings that some teachers had. I know that we were in a professional development session and some teacher leaders were really struggling with the fact that some teachers didn't really want them to come in because they didn't understand exactly what their role was. They were worried that maybe they were going to be evaluating them or possibly passing on information to administration when that's really not our job whatsoever. So some people just jumped on in and volunteered to teach classes for the teachers, to co-teach, to basically take on that planning of that chunk of time and allow that teacher to kind of be put at ease, and it really seemed to make a difference. The understanding from teachers that we are not part of any evaluative measure, we are not evaluating teachers whatsoever, and the high level of confidentiality that needs to take place between teacher leaders and teachers has enabled, I think, more comfort. The fact that we are all teachers that are part-time, at least half-time in the classrooms, really helps us. Now, all of us are teachers and we need to remain in the classroom and still continue teaching, because it's very easy to forget how difficult it is when you're not there. I think the district design team for this grant, for the teacher leadership grant, being half Teachers Association and half district, helps as well. That group, I was part of that group, so I was able to see the inner workings, and we modeled the effective collaboration between the two groups to come up with this program, to come up with the language behind the job descriptions, the interview process, and then the decisions as to who would fill the vacancies. I think that modeling of that collaboration was really key in showing the district and the buildings that we're in this together. So it was valuing the partnership between the two that allowed us to effectively communicate out to our buildings and our constituents, whether it's teachers, administration, etc., that we are leading by example. We are modeling exactly what we're supposed to be doing. There's teacher leaders directly involved with teachers in buildings, and then there's 4 of us that work amongst all the buildings, whether we focused on APPR and its implementation last year, or data coaching and the use of data to inform instruction this year. It's been really interesting for us to get into all the different buildings and be almost ambassadors, showing administrators and teachers alike that we're working together. Last year with the APPR, we went into many different buildings and met with the principal, met with the staffs. We shared meeting time so that we would be able to explain information, answer questions along with the administrator at the meeting, and I think that helped with it. It showed that we had one voice in the process, and in reality we were all learning together at the same time, so it really helped, I think, all sides to get on the same page. And I think that's one of the biggest things with communication that I see could really help our district, is the more that we have everybody in the room making decisions together, the better it's going to be. I do believe that having a career ladder or a career lattice program for the district with the teacher leadership model is a good thing, but I feel like that balance, having the 50-50 between teacher association and district, is very helpful, because we have many people that have zero interest in administration. They're in it for the right reasons. They want to help make the district better, end result making the education better for students through a decision-making process. You're not a yes person. You're not saying things just because you know the superintendent or administrative position or person in administrative position wants to hear something said. we voice our concerns very clearly. We're very objective. We're objective to the point where sometimes I've been accused of being slanted towards the district side and slanted towards the association side in the same meeting, and it was, honestly, looking back at it, it was kind of a compliment because it made me feel that I was being truly objective and doing it for the right reasons. There's never ever a fear of voicing our opinion, and I think a lot of that has been modeled to us by our administration leadership and our association leadership to speak our mind, say what we believe because we're doing it for the right reasons. I feel like we're making gains in doing this in a spirit of partnership, then I feel like it's going to be helping out a larger number of students in the long run.